Oh, that's a podcast voice right there.
Yo,
You guys missed it. I was listening to the Doug theme song. Remember that? Freaking Roger Klotz?
that song made me break my arm when I was a kid.
Made
Okay.
you break your arm?
I thought I could
It
do
was,
backflips like
it was
Doug.
whispering to him. Break your arm.
I thought I could do backflips and whatnot. I was like 5, and I like stacked up all the cushions up onto the couch and tried to like front flip off and broke my arm.
Try to impress Patty Mayonnaise.
That sounds like a very typical thing that would have happened at my house.
Yes, for sure. What's up, Tyler? How's it going?
Oh man, it's so great. Everything is so great. Thanks for letting me come on. I feel very, very honored. Am I your first guest?
You are. You are
I
our
did
first
it.
guest.
I did it.
This is our 3rd episode of the First Ballot Podcast. I guess we're just going
Yep.
into it. Let's just freaking do it. I mean,
I love it.
that was good. Tyler Bolton's our first guest.
Hey,
You saw from the description. Oh, Seth cannot hear us.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he can.
I can't. Sorry, it's just
He
not
just
coming out of
doesn't
my
want
mouth
to
for some
listen.
reason. Yeah, it's just doing it.
It's like they're gonna just talk for a second.
Can
Tyler
I say
Bolton.
something?
I'll allow it. Yes, go ahead.
I'm so happy to be here. You guys, you have no idea. First of all, big fan of both of you. Was a big fan of Sampler Platter back in the day.
Our previous podcast.
FBP.
Indeed.
know.
Yep. Seth, I don't know you personally, but I've come to know you and I love you already. Uh-oh.
Oh, what are
You're
they-
muted, Seth.
Seth just.
I think we've met. Is what I was saying. I played water polo back in the Rexburgian days, and I
No kidding.
believe, I think you drowned me a time or two. You know, like I think that went on.
No, that doesn't sound like
No, just
This is a common theme in Tyler Bolton's life. People remember meeting him, but he just meets so many people that
That's
you
not
know,
true.
yeah.
he just
You know?
like, you
Can't
know, yeah,
remember all
oh
of
yeah,
us.
yeah. And back in
That's not
Rexburg,
true.
back in Rexburg, huh?
Oh yes,
polo.
back in the old that was a ragtag bunch that we were with down there.
My Sprite is blending into my green screen.
Oh,
Hey, wait, it looked like you were just learning
Oh,
how to
Diet Dr.
improv
Pepper?
drink.
You gotta get it. Tyler, we are so grateful that you are here with us today.
anytime, literally anytime.
makes my life when Tyler Bolton Instagram messages me. I mean, it's like the best. I would like
He
this
slides
whole
in
day.
his
I'm just
DMs.
like, freaking Tyler Bolton. Who am I? The man, the myth, the legend, freaking messaging
Oh
me.
boy,
Listens to the podcast. Dude, are you still Modesto? Is that the rumor?
no, not in
Oh.
Modesto, but very close. I'm in Oakdale.
Oh, okay, nah.
That's you know,
Tomato,
yeah,
tomato.
Sure. Yeah, just a cool 30 minutes up the road. That's where my wife grew up, and so of course we, ended up back where that
The
is.
cowboy capital of the world,
Yeah.
which is so weird.
Where are you? Where are you
It's
guys
not
at?
Texas.
Yeah, it is, but they just claim it. We're gonna get people out here and show them our lifted trucks and powder coated.
That's right.
I am in St. George, Utah.
Oh, St. Jizzle?
That's
That's what I call it.
Whoa,
St. Jeezy.
this is gonna be an explicit episode.
Toss that little E up on this one, you know?
I tossed it up the last time. There was nothing bad, but I just felt stupid. So I just wanted to make sure the kids didn't listen.
Yeah, what is the policy on all of that?
Hey, just go for it,
Okay.
You didn't hear the wrath of Kelly Limo, maybe.
Yeah, well. Okay, before we get into this, what happened with the last story? I gotta get the inside scoop on this.
It was I just told it so bad that I was embarrassed about it that I removed it from it. Such a dumb thing. I should have done more research beforehand. I just found something that said dumb, and
Sure.
it was stupid.
I was intrigued by the story.
He was dying. this guy was dying, and he had a bucket list of doing things, and part of that was mooning a traffic camera. Not that dumb, you know. He's doing it for a good reason.
Sure.
He's dying of ass cancer.
You know, so show it off while you can.
Yeah,
That's actually how he got it. So he just brought it full circle.
No, that's how they found out he had cancer. Because they're like, the person who was sending him the ticket was like, okay, yes, you're getting a ticket, but you should get this checked out. This looks like cancer.
But also,
I'm no doctor, but this is abnormal.
Looks like you have 2 buttholes. I don't know what's happening.
well, wait, what's weird about that?
Oh, wait a minute.
Wait, oh no.
Hilarious. Well, I'm really excited about this topic, and I freaking, I've been studying my whole life for this topic, really. I mean, I wrote a list, and it's extensive.
Yeah. Same. And I feel like you and I are going to have a lot of the same movies.
Yes. For those who don't know, Tyler Bolton and I lived in the same city growing up, and I used to go to his home after Perkins Elementary for a little bit.
Shout out.
Him and Mia, and we played Duke Nukem, Bow to the King.
Man, that was one of those Duke Nukem lines. I'm gonna kick ass and chew bubble gum. That was my favorite.
That's the best. Okay, so yeah, that's kind of our history. But the topic today is kids films. I don't know if films might be the
Films,
movies for kids in the 90s. The
the 1900s, as they will shortly be known.
My hell.
The late 1900s.
Something that I'm very passionate about, the 1990s, and I'm excited about it. How do you guys feel about the 90s? You're 90, Tyler? 1990?
I was born in 1991,
okay.
But I thought that we were choosing things from the 1890s.
Okay,
so we're picking talkies, as they were referred
movies
to.
from the 1890s.
Talkies.
Hey, we're here for it. It may not make the Hall of Fame, but we'll see.
No, I'm kidding. Born in 91. So these things were, I have 4 older brothers, and they're all, 5, 7, 9 years older than me. So they were in the thick of it during that time. So some of these, that I was maybe only 2 or 3 when they came out, but
they're in the rotation for a decade
they were
after.
Strong in the rotation. Yeah.
Seth, you're a bundle of brothers as well.
I'm the oldest of 6 boys. And so I was the other side of the equation there.
We couldn't be more opposite.
But we're drafting movies from the 90s, kids for the children. For those of you who are tuning in for the first time because you're just seeing Tyler Bolton, you're like, hey, gotta listen to it. On this podcast, we are inducting things each week into the Hall of Fame. I have to remember the initials every time. The FBP Hall of Fame, the First Ballot.
I think it's the FTP, because there's already a T in there for the.
I know, but that's how it's labeled in. So it's
the.
Yeah. There was already a First Ballot podcast, so I had to put the First Ballot. The First Ballot podcast.
The Ohio State University.
It's like in Chicago. It's like the Geno's East. Anyway, so that's what we do each week. We stumble over our words, and I explain the podcast. But then each week we put together a list, and then we each present one selectee.
One surefire first ballot.
That's gonna be in it. We don't have to do any. We're gonna talk about it, but it's in. No debate. And then we're each gonna bring a second option. I'm gonna get 2 in this Hall of Fame. I'm pretty sure. And then we debate about it, and then we come up with. So this week we're gonna have We're gonna have 4 Hall of Famers, and I'm excited about it, people.
So
Cool.
we're gonna have a 3-way movie debate for
Exactly.
the last pick for number.
I'm
4.
really sad that you said movie debate.
You're sad about it?
Why
You said we're gonna have a 3-way.
Wait a minute.
Oh, like, isn't that what you guys do here?
He's like, I
It took a
grossly
second.
misunderstood the concept.
Seth is playing chess. We're playing checkers. We're trying
100%.
try to keep it. So that is the way it's going. We're trying to come up with a way to decide who will go first. But I went the last week. Seth, you went first the first week. We can have Tyler go
Yeah.
first this week, but he's a newcomer.
Yeah.
Newcomer. So maybe Seth, how do you feel about going?
Ooh, I can lead it off. I mean,
We're gonna
I
judge you.
I had a clear 1-1, and I
Okay.
don't even care what judgment comes my way, because we're going right into Chicago, the aforementioned,
Okay, John Hughes.
to the home of Kevin McAllister in Home
Okay,
Alone.
okay.
We gotta lead with that. Like, if we're talking about something that is still on TV every 35 minutes, Home Alone. That's a cultural icon.
Definitely on
I
my
mean,
list. Definitely on my
Young
list.
boy just torturing those men for a trilogy of movies. What more can you ask for?
No,
as a
he was
90s
just
child?
1 and 2. Come on, 1 and 2.
Oh, that's right. Well, yeah, what was 3?
3 was with the guy from sorry, Full Court Miracle. Shout out to Disney,
Is that the
Disney Channel original movie.
is that the Irish one? That's not
Jewish
the Irish
children,
one.
where the Jewish children play basketball.
Oh, great reference for the 4 other people that have seen that.
Yeah, never heard of this movie.
It is a hitter. It's a hitter. He's also in Max Keeble's Big Move. But back.
Oh yeah.
He's more famous. He's more known for that. But I'm passionate about Full Court Miracle, so I need to say it every time. But back to Home Alone. I had on my list, but if I was going to take any Home Alone, I was going to go with number 2. For some reason,
see, this is
that was what rang true to me in nostalgia. The Home Alone 1 is funny and great and the best, but Home Alone 2 just has so much. I don't know. It's just the funniest thing. I mean,
That's
get Tim Curry in
fair.
there.
I've got a thing for sequels, like an anti thing. I don't know. Not a sequel fan.
And I noticed myself in this list, I was preferring sequels to.
Really?
Yes. You know what I'm talking about.
of course I do.
Maybe this is as the oldest child. I'm like, no, anything that comes after the first one is just bad. You guys are like, no, there's still some good things that can happen.
a little bias, but we'll allow it.
No, but I mean, just like as a kid, you're like thinking about all these crazy situations that you're going to end up in one day, and so you're watching Home Alone, just like taking notes. Like, yeah, I've got to freeze the steps, heat the doorknobs. You're figuring all this out, like just a beautiful.
You get Joe Pesci pretending to swear.
Have you seen? There's been a meme going around Instagram like the last week where it was like, I just found out that Joe Pesci, the robber, is the same guy who was the cop at the beginning of the first Home Alone movie. And I'm like, who wouldn't know this? Like, who's just learning?
That's why I hate people. I hate them.
Like today I learned that
I learned that Joe Pesci was also in Goodfellas. Do you believe it?
What? Get out of here.
Yeah, he actually wasn't in a lot of comedies, believe it or not. Great pick. I love it. Okay, pick your favorite prank. I don't know. Hijinks.
Defense mechanism.
Death.
Murderous.
Yeah,
I think I gotta go with the paint can that swings down the stairs, because even as like a child, you're like, that's gonna kill somebody. You're like, that's
There it is.
Like, somebody's gonna die.
Could you just like, yeah, I like to just play the game where I'm like, yeah, they were fun as a kid, and you're like, oh, these men are getting hurt. That's funny. And then as a man,
Yeah.
thinking about these things, and I'm like, yeah, they're dead. They're dead after like 2 attempts coming in. They're gone.
He might be dead on the slip. At the
Yeah,
beginning.
right.
If he hits his head,
Just right. He's gone.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite as well in the first one. The second one is when he falls down the hole. He's like, wow, what hole? or he puts his hands on the water thing and he's shaking.
Then he turns into skeleton for half a second and then back.
Those wonderful cinematics.
Marvin
the
Harry.
90s, yes.
I mean, the best duo. Great pick. Great 101. That's a Hall of Famer for sure.
For sure. Anything that keeps TBS in business, around Christmas time, it's a good pick.
Yep, for sure. Great pick. Tyler Bolton, let's have you go next.
Oh, boy.
Also, what's throwing me off is that your shirt, it looks like you're wearing like a tank top.
I'm very confused. I'm like, is one arm sunburnt and the other's like,
this one I thought was your skin.
I have jaundice in this arm, and this is just my tan.
No, that is like you have gangrene on my
I'll just remove the shirt.
That was my ultimate goal. Okay, T-Bolt.
Oh man, so many good ones.
Home Alone. Don't think about it. It's already in it.
It's off.
Bust being constructed of Kevin McAllister's face doing the
Buzz's girlfriend. Wolf.
So many great lines in that movie. Okay, see, this is where the strategy takes place because I want to take a banger right off. Oh, there's so many bangers. Okay, my list is gigantic.
This is the one where you go with something that you're not going to be strong enough in a debate, maybe, but you want to get it into the ballot, into the Hall of Fame.
Exactly, because I gotta bring a big boy to the second round here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I gotta take you back to the year I was born in 1991.
Mm-hmm.
This film was released very close to when I was exiting the birth canal. That I'm taking so many quotes. I'm taking Hook.
Oh, it was on my list. Yes.
Yeah.
Great.
Yep.
Yeah.
Robin Williams had a heck of a decade in the 90s, right? I have multiple movies on my list that he's in.
Yep, I have a few also.
Yeah. This was just so great. This was one of the strongest ones on repeat from the brothers, just on all the time. And more than anything, I wanted to be Rufio so badly.
Yep, for sure.
Whipping in on a skateboard in this makeshift half pipe that they got going on, and just the leader of the Lost Boys, and just the coolest dude in the world. Yeah, absolutely.
Great name to chant. That's key.
Is
Seth a good name to chant?
In my experience, it's never worked out.
Man, yeah, they get it.
It's. Have you watched it recently?
Not too recently.
Okay,
how's it hold up?
It doesn't hold up as good as you think.
But I'm taking it as a kid and watching it in the night.
As a kid, the best. Because I
emerging from the birth canal with that on the TV, right? That's the moment you're picking.
It's snowing.
I'm taking the little chubby boy looking at Robin Williams.
He loves him good.
Oh, there you are, Peter.
Julia Roberts coming in on that with the silent cameo. Well, not a cameo. She's in there a long time, but
yeah.
Some random cameos in that. Phil, what's his name? Not Phil. Phil Collins. There it is.
Oh yeah, he had it.
He is the detective who comes and says, "Oh yes, what happened to the children?" kind of thing.
Oh really?
Missing? Yes. And Glenn Close is the one who gets put in the boo-boo box. The boo-boo.
The boo box.
Got IMDb over here.
That's called my brain.
Your brain is full of useless 90s trivia, movie trivia too?
Great pick. I love it.
Thank you.
Hook. Have you seen Hook, Seth? Your remaining
I
card?
haven't. I have not seen this movie.
Oh.
So aside from understanding that it has a Peter Pan influence, and I'm looking at a picture of it where he's just pointing at some dude who looks like he's supposed to be dressed like a Native American, but maybe that's part of the reason it doesn't hold up so well. I don't know. Is that Rufio?
It's not a native.
I'm just imagining a bunch of kids chanting roofies now. I don't know, but yeah, no, never seen the movie. Unfortunate.
It's a great one. Yeah, I don't know if I'm suggesting you watch it, but go back in time and watch it.
Yeah,
watch it as a 5-year-old.
I think he
likes Peter Pan. I don't know.
He'll enjoy it. Yeah. I know that's also part of this. I'm like, some of these movies I've rewatched because of children now, and so we're taking that dive again.
I'm not picking this because it's terrible, but yes, a few days ago I watched Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off.
You guys watched that? I remember that. Yeah, not great.
It's not great. And the theme is just like, oh, you cook? You must be gay, kind of thing, the whole movie. I was like, cooking is gay? I don't know.
Yeah.
And the whole movie is just that it's freaking hilarious. Okay. That leads me to me. Oh my gosh. So many. Oh,
there's a lot of meat on this bone.
We're gonna have to go through a bunch more.
If nothing else, we definitely have to go some honorable mentions at the end of all of this.
Yeah. Okay. Something that screams 90s to me. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh,
Secret of the Ooze. The Ninja Turtles were 90s
icons, the best.
I wanted to be Michelangelo with all my heart. I mean,
who didn't?
I mean,
wanted some of that pizza.
They're over there eating. That pizza in Ooze too, when they're first eating it with the opening scene, looks like the best pizza of all time. It looks so good.
Still enviable.
The cheese could not be stretching further from the pizza without breaking.
It reminds me of another movie's pizza from the 90s that I'm going to say because I don't think anybody's going to pick it. The Goofy
separate
movie.
Episode 90s
Sorry,
movies
I'm burping.
pizza?
The Goofy movie.
Oh, the Goofy movie.
Yes.
That cheese
on my list.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm sorry. It was on my list too, but I don't think we're going to. There's a lot of other heavy hitters that we're going to.
I think we're getting to Goofy movie here.
Yeah. But just iconic. I mean, I was playing it on Super Nintendo. I was getting bandanas that matched their colors and cutting out eye holes.
Oh yeah.
My brother was always what's the ones with the
nunchucks?
Swords.
Oh, sword. Oh, the
leader.
Leonardo.
Leo. And I think we made Michael Taylor another friend. He was always Raphael because he had a little bit of a temper, and a little bigger, a little thicker, not big, but like bigger than
big with horses.
Strong. He's the strongest one.
But yeah.
I love that he got a shout out last episode. By the way, I was like, I know him.
Sorry, it's a bad shout out about him smelling like black ice and
black ice and pizza.
His name was still carved in on the doughboy at our pool.
Is that still up?
No, it's been.
I have a scar on my leg from that doughboy.
It's claimed many a victim.
I didn't double jump. I gave up. But Ninja Turtles, phenomenal. Anything else to say? Great.
Oh,
I mean, the first one, so good. I mean, but the second one, you get Vanilla Ice in there, which is epitome of 90s.
For sure.
Go Ninja, go Ninja, go.
Cowabunga.
On
off a diving board, cowabungaing.
Shredder coming back freaking on steroids.
Yeah. I just loved in the 90s. I just loved there's people in these costumes, right? Like they're bad costumes. They weren't bad at the time. You're like, that's a real life Ninja Turtle over there. But it's so bad looking back at it now. But I'm just curious I've never really looked into it. Who's playing him? It's got to just be like stuntmen, right?
I don't know. The voices were, one of them was Corey Feldman, right?
Yeah.
I don't think he was in the suit. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I like, just because that's what I grew up with, but I like those old ones so much more than the new ones, the way they looked.
For sure.
The CGI was just too much. I wanted them to have real puppets. Yes. Jim Henson died, so he made the puppets. Jim Henson. Fun fact. That's my pick, people.
I love it. It's a wonderful pick.
What's in it so far? We have Home Alone, Bangarang, Hook.
Bangarang.
See what I did there? That's called a
rang.
And then I came in with the third one with the cheesy Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze. Who wanted it? I mean, I wanted to be in that place where they're sucking all the ooze in. It looked like it looked like the best like pinball place ever. I don't know what it was, but anyway, fantastic. Okay,
your very own cheese pizza.
Okay, now we have to debate, people. I have so many, but you need to bring to the table one. I think we all do. What do we do? One at a time? What should we do?
Well, I think we went one. We'll go one at a time. There, honestly, I thought you guys. I didn't have either of those two going, so they're still
okay.
I thought the second round was going to be made easier by some of these being removed, and it is not.
We live different 90s. You were in Oregon.
It was an Oregonian 90s that was just a different level.
You got freaking Wild America on your list. It was on my list. Taking it off.
It's gonna be difficult.
All right, Seth, let's hear it.
I think my submission is gonna be the Little Rascals.
Oh, the annexation of Puerto Rico? Great one.
No.
Wait, what?
Different one. That's a different movie.
What are you talking?
Sorry, I heard Little. And I jumped anything on my list.
What are you talking about?
Are you gonna pick that?
No, I wasn't going to.
Little Giants. I thought you said Little Giants. But Little Rascals. I was like, yes.
Apparently, we lived a very different 90s. This has nothing to do with the Little Rascals.
Little Rascals. Great pick. Really great pick. I watch that all the time, and that does scream 90s to me.
I still quote, "Quick, what's the number for 911?" Like, I mean, at least a couple times a year.
I mean, you get the classic two kids on top of each other trying to be an adult.
The trench coat. You get the alfalfa. Like, everybody knows.
You get that little kid saying, "You are so beautiful to me." Great. Alfalfa, Spanky. I mean, they're coming from early America. And then they remake this, they bring out this movie. I wonder if at the time there was like, how there's critics nowadays, they're just like, oh, don't remake the classic. I wonder if that was the case back then. I miss my old Spanky. Weird phrase to say. I'm sorry.
You can have my pickle for a nickel.
Yes. Great cameos in there. Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh, Whoopi.
Reba McEntire.
Oh yeah, she's the race car driver.
That's right.
They think it's a dude the whole time, and then they're like, "Oh, what? I'm a feminist."
Seth, what do you got to say about this?
Another one of those where as a child you're just like, well, this will one day be my life. I need to prepare to run around town and get into these zany adventures with my crew.
My favorite part of that movie is when they go to get wood for their new house, and it's Norm from Cheers. He's like he's like chewing on something. I don't really know. And then he's just like, you can get this, and he has like this little piece of wood.
They come in with the handfuls of change, and they're like,
you know what they say? Wood doesn't grow on trees.
Yeah, it's like a little spacer thing, just like this. That's when they're double stacked up, right? No, that's when they go to the bank.
That's when they try to get a loan.
They go to the bank and they try to get a loan.
Just
I mean, the classic speech that the two littles repeat to the girl, "You are the scum beneath my
between my
toes."
toes.
Yeah.
Say it
Classic.
with me.
I used to think that was top drawer comedy.
I hate your stinking guts. You make me vomit. Just devastating insults.
When their clubhouse burns down and there's the one kid who's on the hose.
Spoiler alert. Holy
he's
crap.
just
Just
like-
kidding.
He's just riding the hose. I
Yes.
always wanted to be that kid. I was just like that. I want that job. Just let me ride this hose.
You got the one kid who sticks the pencil to our far up his nose. It's all flooding back to me now. They have like the
Oh,
sandwiches that are have sand in them or something.
Actually, it's kitty litter.
Yes, the kid who speaks like a crazy person.
The deepest, raspiest voice. Yeah.
Where is he now? Where is he
Oh,
now? I
Let's
have to
see.
see that. My gosh. Great pick, Seth. My gosh. This is bringing
Oh.
back so many memories.
So many.
My gosh. Tyler, what do you bring into the table?
Okay, I got to bring this one. I feel like there's definitely some heavier hitters that I could bring to the table, but I have to take this one because it's absolutely true to my heart. I have to take from 1995 Heavyweights.
Yes.
Got it.
It's
I
got to
have
be
to.
in there.
Freddie knew that this was coming. Is either him or I were going to bring this to the table for
Yes.
sure. Absolutely essential to my childhood, to my 90s.
I quote it every day of my life. I'm not lying. I think
Freddie
I say
introduced that movie to me.
Oh yeah, it's great. I didn't realize obviously back then, but like since then, looking back, I'm like Judd Apatow. Okay,
Right.
that's
Yes.
why it was so good.
exactly.
Like,
Ben Stiller. I mean,
oh,
just
Ben Stiller, who like genuinely is playing the same character in that movie as he does in Dodgeball.
Same dude.
Like I read this like theory that it's like he goes to prison after the whole fat camp incident, comes out of prison,
And you know-
starts his own gym.
another person that comes from that movie is, his dad comes, or like his uncle comes at the end with the light fixture guy.
Oh yeah.
And he reminds me of Ben Stiller's character from Starsky and Hutch when he's like, do it.
Yes, 100%. Yeah.
Sorry, that's a deep cut. But
Real deep. Real
heavyweight.
You haven't made any deep cuts so far. So I mean,
I'm sorry.
All this might as well just be deep cuts. We're doing the first ballot of deep cuts.
The best. Would it be made today?
no.
No,
Probably
probably not. But it celebrated fat kids. It did. Portly adolescents.
It was so funny. Even that was the first thing that came to my mind when you presented this topic, and I chose this topic to do it because previously in the Instagram messages you had sent a GIF that is from the movie. It's like he's Jerry, the main character, is writing a letter home to his grandma and says, "People say war is hell. They've never been to fat camp." It is one of the best lines in the movie. It is. There's so many great.
The
lines
whole
in
movie
that
is
but-
just filled with it. I mean, you have great stars. You have a few people from my next pick, Mighty Ducks.
Yeah,
Two.
absolutely.
Oh.
Mighty Ducks
Absolutely. Number 2. Gotta take it.
But actually, Gerald Gardner from Heavyweights, the main character, is from Mighty Ducks 1. You got goalie. You got the Goldberg, who what's his name in Heavyweights? Josh from Heavyweights. Cross.
Yep.
Oh, and then you have Keenan Thompson,
Mhm.
who's in Heavyweights, and then of course he is the knuckle puckler.
Knuckle puck time.
In Mighty Ducks 2. Mighty Ducks 2, I picked it because that's
Going
what I
with
was.
another sequel.
Yes, see, filled with them.
D2. Okay.
And I think because I was too young for the original ones, and when I was first introduced to the number 2s, and it's so funny. Mighty Ducks 2 is hilarious.
Yeah, no, I feel like in the same boat because my older brothers were watching the second ones, and that's when I was finally like, oh yeah, movies, I like them. And then you go back and watch the first ones, and you're like, oh well, I like the original one better. But it's really cool.
Like, oh, this person changed, you know. Mighty Ducks 2, if you don't know, it's a ragtag bunch of juveniles who are a part of a team who's sort of like a junior league, but for some reason
get invited leagues of USA versus Russia.
They get invited to the Junior Olympics for some reason. Get sponsored because they won their league. They get sponsored by Hendrix Hockey, and they go to LA. Gordon Bombay becomes the Pat Riley of junior hockey. He kind of loses himself a little, meets a girl from Greenland, or Iceland rather, and his team, a little upset about that, comes back, makes full circle. They have a Ducks fly together moment, and epitome of 90s to me. That's my
West of those.
Did you anybody watch the Disney Channel show?
I did occasionally, not a big, but it was on event every now and then.
I watched every episode of it, but it wasn't great. But I watched
every second. Yeah, I felt like I had to too, but I didn't want it to taint my memories of that's how I feel about all these remakes from back then. I'm just like, oh, I don't want it to taint my memory.
Still haven't seen the live action Aladdin or any of those. I'm like, I don't need that.
Now you can't, because I don't, you can't watch anything with Will Smith anymore without it being tainted.
Full canceled.
You know what? Though it kind of has.
I will be watching G.I. Jane too.
It has canceled a little bit for me because I'm like, oh, this freaking Will Smith, what a bum.
I know.
Anyway, God bless him as he goes through this journey.
It's pretty funny. I was like remembering the plot of that, and speaking of water polo, I went to the Junior Olympics for water polo only because nobody in Oregon was trying to qualify for the Junior Olympics. We beat like 2 teams, and they were like, "Yeah, you get to go now."
They're too busy foraging for mushrooms up there in Portland.
Pretty much. It was us and 40 California teams.
Yeah, we always knew who the Oregon teams were because you guys were pasty.
For real though. It was outdoors in Stanford, and I'm like, I can't do this.
Oh man, guys, these are 3 absolute bangers to try to debate for.
So, I've seen all 3. Seth, have you seen all 3?
I've seen all 3. Okay. All of them have been a while back, but I have seen all 3.
Okay. And Tyler, you've seen all 3?
For sure. Oh yeah.
Okay. Here's my case for Mighty Ducks.
Okay.
I defer to heavyweights. I think heavyweights, for me, that was going to be the one.
You were on the debate team in high school, right?
Clearly.
Forget about it. F heavyweights. It's Mighty Ducks 2. And let me tell you why.
The damage is done. No, the damage is done.
You get some good duck calls in there. I can't do it. You get to see America at its finest. Okay, what's better than a underdog story?
People trying to pull patriotism out here.
Hey, and
the patriotism card.
At a time when we need to band together as a country, we need another Mighty Ducks. Okay.
You think it really brought the nation?
It ended the Cold War. Together? You can't change my mind. Obviously it wasn't Russia, it was Iceland, but the parallels were there. And you get to, have great lines such as, "Hey, pretty lady, how about a bear hug?" And from the Hendrix Bear, and such deep, no one is getting anything I'm saying, but I love it. But that's my case. Take it as you will.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I just want to leave you with one brief song.
Oh boy.
We got $1. We got $1. We got $1. Hey, 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 hey.
I did forget about that. That kid is so funny. He was in Fresh Prince. He was like little Nicky.
Yes. Wait, the Adam Sandler movie?
The worst Adam Sandler movie.
Brady needs internet to play those, like, get from me to Caesar Augustus. He's like, he was in this movie. He was you
for sure.
Freaking a database up in there.
This is my strength.
Wheelhouse found.
I had to make up for last week because it was pitiful. It was a good listen though. Listen to it, please.
Have you guys seen what Jerry from Heavyweights looks like now?
Isn't he fit?
Very.
I might be getting him mixed up with the kid from Stuart Little, but
which I thought about bringing that movie up in here just so we could talk about, like, as a kid, you're like, oh yeah, a mouse got adopted, awesome, but like a mouse got adopted.
Yeah.
Over other children.
Those children did not.
No, I haven't seen him. You can probably share your screen if you'd like. Or is he good?
Aaron Schwartz, is that him?
That's the one.
I can look him up. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
The beautiful man.
Listener, do yourself a favor and look this man up. He's if I didn't know that he was in these movies, there's no chance that I would have put this together.
Is this him? It's showing a computer programmer. I don't think that's him.
He really got into computer programming.
Took a really different path.
Wow, this man is beautiful.
Right? I love Heavyweights. Here's my pitch for Heavyweights, you guys. It was during a time where it advocated for the chubby kid. And, let's be honest, we all probably went through some sort of chubby, awkward phase when we were growing up. And this celebrated that. And it made me think that, you know what, it's okay. These things are okay. The world might tell you that it's not, but this movie helped me understand that it is okay.
It's okay to put Twinkies on your pizza.
Yeah, despite the endless quotes that I genuinely, Freddie,
It taught me just that I need to hide my treats. Just have a good hiding spot. If it's the bunk bed post,
who wants that? I want that.
Oh my god!
Ooh, a deli meat.
Yeah, new kid, help me get these meats off my back. It's got them taped down. Oh man. Yeah, there are genuinely I still quote it to every day, but genuinely at least once a day, probably I'll have somebody will mess with some sort of wrapper. And I'll go, wrapper, food wrapper.
Oh my hell. The best movie.
In the interest of, I was introduced to one of these movies as an adult, and that movie was Heavyweights.
And how was your experience as an adult?
It's hilarious.
Okay.
I mean, like, even 27 years later.
Yeah.
It's because it's Judge Apatow. Like
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
He was like, I'm gonna do this. Step Brothers is coming real quick. No, that was Adam McKay. I'm just kidding. But
he was on a podcast I listened to called Fly on the Wall. I don't know if you guys. It's with
David Spade
and Dana Garvey.
Yeah.
Dana Garbu. Whatever he always says the name weird. But he was talking about heavyweight. He mentioned it for a second. Heavyweights and how he enjoyed it, and maybe it's the Ben Stiller episode. Now that
oh yeah, probably. Dana Carvey does the best Joe Biden impression.
Come on. First, we got to do this. Second,
we need to listen to that one. That podcast. Yeah. David Spade was on another one that I listened to, and I'm like, man,
he's funny. The latest episode has the guy who's doing Trump on SNL now.
Who is it now?
It's a guy who got famous from TikTok, but he is so good, and he just the entire time just says this Trump, and it's the funniest thing.
He does the whole interview like as Trump.
No, not the whole interview,
gosh.
But he does like 15 minutes probably. It's great. And Dana Garvey just can't even. He's just like amazed, and he feels embarrassed to do it, which is funny, I think. Okay, so are we going heavyweights?
It seems like heavyweights.
The scales are tipping.
I think we got to
heavyweights.
We got to give our first guest an extra Hall
no,
of Famer.
no. I
No,
don't
this
want
is on
the
merit.
pity.
This is
No,
on
yeah,
merit.
no, that's the only
There's
reason why we're
no-
doing this.
Thank you,
There's
Seth.
no, yeah.
Just give it to him.
Just stop it.
But no, heavyweights was going to be my second selection. So
Yeah.
so let's see. Let's recap. I
Mhm.
actually need your guys' help. Seth, you went first. You took
Home Alone.
Home Alone. Come on. Tyler Bolton. Hook.
Oh,
Number 3, I went Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Secret of the Ooze.
Ninja Turtles.
And then we threw out some ideas for the fourth person coming in. Seth threw out Little Rascals. I misheard. Thought he said Little Giants, which was on my list.
The annexation of Puerto Rico was how we started that, but
Yeah.
you know.
on my list too.
And then I came with Mighty Ducks 2.
D2.
You threw it out of
And-
your own head so fast.
And
You
Tyler
just-
Bolton came with Heavyweights, because Heavyweights is a heavy hitter. Okay,
Indeed.
Heavy
mean,
hitter.
it
Heavy
shaped-
boys, heavy
it-
hitters.
it shaped my entire life.
Oh,
it
yeah.
has-
Still to this day.
Okay, lots of options. Let me just throw out some of mine. See if you guys.
Yeah.
I had Rookie of the Year.
Here.
Okay. Dennis Quaid.
I had.
That's-
Honey, I Shrunk
That's
the
the rookie.
That's,
that's
the
the
rookie.
rookie,
That's,
yes.
Thank you.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Hmm.
3 Ninjas.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Rocky.
Yeah.
Rocky,
I thought that
Tum
it would.
Tum, and Colts. I don't know if you know that one.
I thought it would be way too deep of a cut to get anybody to be on board.
I was gonna go deeper with Surf Ninjas.
Oh my
Surf Ninjas. Seth, write all these down.
I've never heard of
The
any
best-
of these.
the
I'm
best-
like, what are you?
Man.
What is this list?
They're,
These
ninjas
didn't
were
make it to
huge in the
Blockbuster and
90s.
PNW.
90s was
Everybody-
the 90s was the decade of the ninja because of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I was gonna say, dare I say, because of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Secret of the Ooze.
You dare it, and but great movies. Surf Ninjas has a Rob Schneider in it, and he's the funniest person. I had Jumanji,
Mhm.
Yep.
another Robin Williams vehicle. Space Jam.
Space Jam was gonna be my next pick. If I thought Little Rascals was gonna get taken or Space Jam, that was right there for me.
That ran my life as well. Space Jam. Always watching it. I had Hocus Pocus.
Yeah, on my list.
Probably the movie
Looking at
I've
some of those
seen
Disney
more than
movies.
any other movie.
100%. 100% every October. Maybe again in November.
Oh, it's starting like September 1st. I can pretty much do the whole movie. Homeward Bound.
Mhm.
Oh, Peter. And then I had Blank Check.
Yeah, of course.
You know that
Yeah,
one,
it's
Seth?
definitely mine.
Don't know that one.
That's a kid gets a blank check. He writes a check for $1 million to himself, which is
right.
wild because he buys so much that would
Yeah.
be gone in a second nowadays.
Yeah.
And then I had Parent Trap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great 90s movie. That was my list. And Seth, what do you got?
I had Space Jam on there. Aladdin, the OG Aladdin was
Yeah.
gonna come up.
Great.
The Sandlot didn't come up.
Oh, that was on my
Yeah.
list too.
The Sandlot.
Yes, that was-
L7 weenie.
I was
Yeah.
gonna take that. I don't know why I didn't. Yeah.
That was just like an absolute killer. L7
That was-
weenie as a kid.
yeah.
Yeah,
That was the banger I was thinking of before I took heavyweights. That was like,
That-
yeah, that one's probably should be taken, but I
That
took
one-
it.
Yeah.
That's a Hall of Famer. But maybe we'll have a
Oh, for
sports
sure.
draft, sports movie draft or something.
I
like
mean,
that.
this,
Mm.
Not ballot Hall of Fame. Not
yeah, I mean, just like the Lion King, and there was one other like animated one that I was
yeah.
thinking of.
Disney came out with great ones. in the
Toy
90s.
Story, and the Lion King. Like those
Yeah,
are just
Classic.
Lion King was out when I was exiting the womb.
Nice.
I was gonna say bowels. Yikes.
Freddie needs to go back to home.
Yeesh.
That explains why I am crazy. Okay. Tyler, what else did you have?
A lot of the ones that you said, which I predicted was going to be the case. A couple that were on my list that you didn't say. Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh, yes.
another
When you
Robin
said
Williams is great.
rather, when you said more Robin Williams, I was like, oh, Doubtfire.
Yeah. Dennis the Menace. Of course.
That
yeah,
would-
I
that
should have
rem-
picked that, Mr. Wilson. Like I still get that.
Yeah.
tastes like paint.
And wood. Beethoven. I just feel like
That
it
was on my list, but I didn't say it because I was a little embarrassed.
it's on my list because I feel like it was on all the time.
Yes, we must
All
have
the time.
watched them together because I remember that too. I had Air Bud on my list too,
Sure.
Yep.
Sure.
with that
Yep.
crazy ass clown. That scared me so
Oh,
much.
Yeah.
Babe also
Um,
was on my list. Sorry,
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
throwing out
yeah,
ones
yeah.
I'm embarrassed about now. Now that you said one. Now that you said
That
an
I said
embarrassing
one.
one.
The band-aid's been ripped off.
Yeah, but a lot of the ones that you said that are on there, that man, we
Uh,
could have done 3-4 rounds of that. And,
we
you know,
we
yeah.
should have for sure. That is the podcast, people. I had a lot of fun. I think that was a great episode. We need to be telling people to liking and
Rate, review,
Rating,
subscribe,
review,
unsubscribe,
subscribe.
resubscribe.
does that help you when they unsubscribe and then resubscribe?
Yeah, it definitely helps.
Every little bit helps.
If you listen on Spotify, there's an option now for podcasts to rate, so you can do that.
Oh.
Be honest with it, you know. No, I can't take it. 5 stars.
If you go any less than 5 stars, I will be at your home.
And I don't want to share my socials, but anybody can if they would like to.
I wish I was more active on there.
That would involve me knowing my handles, you know.
You can
the
follow
one thing
me.
that I-
Official. That's more of my
Singing
Public persona.
public
you
persona
know?
one, yes.
Yeah.
The other one I keep pretty personal. So
a lot of
Exclusively
real
dick pics.
risky stuff on that one.
and we did mention our OnlyFans last week, and that's I think we got hacked, but I think it's back online. So
It should be back up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we added the picture of the guy's ass cancer. So it's called a callback, people.
Do I get access to the OnlyFans just because I'm a guest, or
Yeah.
do I get a guest appearance on that?
Still $69 a month.
I never. Okay. It's worth it. Okay.
We'll send you a coupon code.
Do you guys take a traveler's check?
Ooh, we
Little Caesars gift cards. Sorry.
Thanks for having me on, you guys. I really had a lot of fun, and I really enjoy you guys and your content, and I'm excited to listen to many more episodes from you guys. So thanks for having me on.
bless you all. I really appreciate it. And that is the show.